12 people are dead. The gunman still on the loose after that massive terrorist attack in the City of Light. Now, doctors tend to the wounded in Paris, police scouring the streets and the railways, trying to track down 3 masked gunmen who attacked the satirical newspaper that had depicted the Prophet Muhammad in a cartoon several times. Hi, everyone. I'm Gretchen Carlson, and we are here to bring you the real story on this and much more today. Masked men making parliament the new face of terrorism in what way?
We used to think of terrorism as Al-Qaeda. September 11th are conducting massacres and murders.
They said Allah Akbar.
Allah Akbar. The prophet has been revenged.
From President Obama, whose administration early on today first called it perpetrators, not terrorism, and David Cameron and other people's approach.
To them. In the West, we talk about where are the good Muslims, the ones that aren't engaging in violence. Why are they condemning this? And the reason is because in Islam...
Great to have you here on this
Gretchen.
very busy news day. I have to ask you about the implied messaging today when we watch President Obama. He's very casual in the way in which he's responding to this. Am I reading too much into that? And how much of the job of the White House press secretary goes into talking about imagery to the president?
Well, I think
it seems to be more of a pattern here.
Well, this is why he is suspect on it. And frankly, you go back to Fort Hood. That was terror.
Ari Fleischer, great insight today. Thank you. Of you. How did they try and catch these people?
Well, you go to the European Union. You know, unlike 20 years ago, prior to 20 years ago.
Have a monster. I can't think of a place that we could go right now where we're not on camera. But I think if you're...
New Year will make you suffer. So Albuquerque newspaper, Arthur, and this TV station in Maryland, they say it's a pro-ISIS group. Should we be paying more attention to this, and could this be the beginning of what's going to start happening here?
So yes, and I'd like to think that there are people in government
could have help or
decided to hack 2 relatively small institutions in the media.
Yeah,
but it does tie in potentially. I mean, I'm not saying there's a link to Paris, but that was also a media organization, and now we just had the Secretary of Department of Homeland Security saying maybe media organizations will have extremist groups reacting online to today's terror attack, calling for more similar attacks. What I was just saying. But no one is taking responsibility so far. So who's actually behind it? And are more journalists and writers